Hey, my name's Nat, and this is Newsbreak. There's been some big news released today in a new environmental report from some of the world's top experts. They say what they've found is a wake-up call, and we need to be doing a lot more to help fight climate change. Here's Michelle to explain.
Okay, what's the big news?
There's a 66% chance that we would exceed 1.5 degrees during the coming 5 years.
And why is this a big deal? I don't know about you, but I can't tell the difference between the weather if it's 17 degrees or 19 degrees.
At 1.5 degrees, the Great Barrier Reef will probably be dead within my lifetime.
Right.
1.5 degrees might not sound like much to us, but it's a massive deal for a lot of plants and wildlife around the globe. A tiny increase can change when a leaf opens, when a fruit forms, when an insect hatches. For example, if sea turtle eggs are incubated below 27 degrees, all the babies will be male. Over 31 degrees, they'll all be female. That's why, back in 2015, a whole lot of countries, including Australia, pledged to stop the average global temperature from rising higher than 1.5 degrees. But now UN experts say it's more likely than not that we'll hit the 1.5 degree mark in the next 5 years, if things keep going the way they are. But they say this doesn't mean the fight is over, and it's not too late to try and make some big changes.
No, it will be sad the day we pass 1.5, but it's not a reason to give up. We have to continue working out how we can reduce emissions of greenhouse gases as much as possible, even after that.
Montana has become the first US state to ban TikTok. The new law, starting January 1st, 2024, will make it illegal for Google or Apple to offer the app on their stores within the state.
Ban TikTok in Montana.
Montana's governor says the law will protect users' personal data from the Chinese government, but officials from TikTok say they've never shared data with the Chinese government, and the ban is unlawful and interferes with free speech rights. A new world record has been set by a British adventurer who's managed to visit all 7 wonders of the world in just 7 days. How did he do it? Here's Thomas.
It's been tricky for him to find some shut-eye, so I'm just trying not to wake him. Oh, he's off! He's off again! There's hardly been any time to sleep for Jamie McDonald.
I think I slept 12 hours in the space of 7 days.
Because he's been busy travelling across 4 continents to see all 7 wonders of the world in less than 7 days.
Wow! Every single time we got to a wonder, it was just magical.
That is spectacular.
The 7 wonders of the world we're talking about were chosen in 2007 after tens of millions of people voted for their favourites. Some of the stuff on this new list is pretty old though. The Great Wall of China started construction more than 2,500 years ago. The stops on Jamie's big trip were Peru, Brazil, Mexico, Italy, Jordan, India and China. And it wasn't all smooth sailing, mostly because he didn't say. But also because he admits he's a pretty disorganised guy.
I'm the worst planner ever.
Pretty certain we've missed our flight.
There was 43 pieces of transportation that needed to go right.
But it looks like every single wonder was absolutely worth it.
Look at that.
Well, that's a llama. There's a wonder of the world.
I actually feel quite emotional.
In the end, Jamie completed the challenge in 6 days, 16 hours and 14 minutes. Now, come on, mate, get some sleep.
Now it's time for some stories that have made us wonder,
what the dog doing?
First up is Bobby. Earlier this year, he was recognised by the record books as the world's oldest dog. And if you're wondering what he's up to now, he's just celebrated his 31st birthday. Bobby's owner was 8 years old when he rescued Bobby as a pup and says his secret to a long and happy life is lots of walks, lots of human food, and lots of time with friends. Now, if you're wondering why this poor pup is under a house, it was hiding from a tornado in Texas and got stuck.
There we go. Hey, little buddy.
Thankfully, a nearby news crew heard its cries and came to the puppy's rescue, helping to calm it with some pats and a few tasty treats before digging a hole for it to squeeze out. How good? And finally, a football match in Chile came to a stop when this fluffy pitch invader decided it wanted in on the action. The dog turned out to be a pretty decent midfielder, maybe even a bit too good, as it managed to hold onto the ball right until it was carried off the pitch. This isn't the first time this has happened in Chile, by the way. A few months back, another dog interrupted a game, but this pup wasn't interested in the ball. It just wanted as many belly rubs as possible. It was also a lot harder to catch. Well, that's all we've got time for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
What the dog doing?